Hello, and welcome to Greet the Week. I am Mona Duncan, your moderator, and our topic today is sacred contracts. I'm not finding my screen here. It's what's happening with me. Okay, I think sacred contracts. Wondering, what agreements have you made with yourself? And equally important, are they up to date and intact? I found it interesting that the 4 agreements written by Don Miguel Ruiz was the United States on the top 5 list of books that was bought or for 2021. And it's the Practical Guide to Personal Freedom from the Toltec Wisdom. And I think we need maybe a lot of wisdom from civilizations that are older than the United States. But the 4 agreements the 4 agreements are: 1, be true to your word; 2, don't take things personally; 3, make no assumptions; and 4, to always do your best. So thinking about myself and then asking you, what do you want from 2022? That's just around the corner. This is a new year. New beginnings have a way of expanding hope that things will improve. And that hope, it's kind of like giving us if we have that hope, kind of like giving us a do-over, a second chance, a restructuring. Our creative mind is always listening to everything we think about, and it plays out that creative input through our dreams or our nightmares. I like to give my creative mind instructions before lights out each night. While sleeping or meditating, then imagine the internal restructuring that takes place. And then when I awaken the next morning with insights, more than not, this restructuring has little to do with the mind, but it has very much to do with our heart and soul. And soul is important. Our society is filled with soul longings. We have soul music, soul food, soul jobs, soul mate. And what is the soul? Well, the soul is kind of like the DNA blueprint of our humanity that we are to live out while on planet Earth. I mean, it's not a set agenda, but it's all of those DNAs coming together that makes us who we are. And some say that we make an agreement with a cosmic source before we are born, even to the fact of choosing our parents. Well, my ego mind says, no way, while my wisdom heart is comfortable with such a thought. It's kind of like the comfort in knowing that all of our physical basic needs are shared by every human being on planet Earth. The thing of it is that we often fight against these innate instructions. I have a little prism here. I thought I had it. I do have it on my desk. I thought it was closer than it is. This little prism, I like to hold it whenever I'm thinking or meditating. But yet, as I look through this prism, the things that I see are turned upside down. As I look at my cup through this prism, it's turned upside down. And that's kind of the way things are once we are birthed on planet Earth. We see things kind of like through a prism. The instructions that's in our DNA is to treat others the way we want to be treated. The thing of it is we often fight against those. And we have to come up with a story or an excuse or an argument of some kind that makes our disregard of another make sense to us. So regardless of our past traumas or negative hurtful events, as we deliberately choose to be open to human kindness and consciously work on it, we're rebirthing ourselves, and we're moving past those stories. As we continue to move forward, to grow, to see new sights as to what we're learning, what it was all about. I mean, maybe that sprained ankle slowed us down for a reason. Or maybe retelling those stories that previously were so hurtful, we can begin to see the reality of innocence or arrogance. The more we fully embrace who we are, flaws and all, the more conscious we become. And we want to be conscious as opposed to comatose, or to be more awake today, or at least I do. I want to be more awake today, more aware today than I was yesterday, more mindful. And in the process of learning to be mindful, to make deliberate choices, not to just hit or miss, to be intentional in motives and words and actions, to be honest and real and authentic, to get real as in the truth of being both flawed and fabulous, and looking at the veil of illusions that are torn down slowly, are broken down really slowly. And that the freer we become physically, the more we can see mystically, the more we can see things that are those invisible things. And in the process of becoming real and genuine, know that it is easy for the mind to hold a grudge, even a grudge against yourself. But not so with our wisdom heart. Our wisdom heart never holds a grudge. The heart math science tells us that the heart never holds a grudge. How so? Well, let's think about it. Our most basic human need is to survive. And we struggle to survive at all costs. And the heart's main function is to keep us alive, to survive. So the wisdom heart is eager to give and to receive kindness at the slightest genuine inflection of someone else being kind and genuine. Knowing your wisdom heart from the inside out increases our multidimensional abilities. We have those 5 senses, but then the more we are aware, the more they blend together, and we have multidimensional abilities. But we struggle to survive at all costs until we don't. Dr. William Glasser, the founder of reality therapy and choice theory, suggests that when one takes themselves out of their own quality world, they're on the downward path of seeing that they don't matter. Well, you do matter. We all matter. And so we need to look at being loving and kind and benevolent to ourselves. And sometimes that involves forgiveness, not only of others, but with us. So how do you forgive anyway? Well, it's to begin to consciously forego the illusion of needing to understand why. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did something else happen? Well, as simplistic as it may sound, all of the conditions were met for whatever happened to happen. If all those conditions had not been met, they wouldn't have happened. So to forego the illusion of trying to figure it out, or maybe even trying to get revenge. These things are too heavy. They're too heavy a load to carry. And in carrying those heavy loads, it doesn't keep the heart healthy, and we want to keep it healthy. So let it beat with compassion. Now, the mind is a very, very important part of the body, but let's get real. The mind cannot function without a beating heart. And hurtful things do happen in life. Don't give your energies away to hate or to fear. Go for compassion. Compassion to you, the wounded one, and maybe a little bit of compassion toward the perpetrator that inflicted the wound. The more we understand human nature, the more we lean toward compassion. So forgive yourself? Yes, definitely. The person who hurt or wounded us, all too often, we do unto others as they've done unto us. So we need to teach ourselves how to see things differently. And we do teach ourselves, even though we are taught by others, or we learn from others, or we call them teachers or guides. The fact of the matter is we won't learn anything if we don't want to. So we really do teach ourselves. And so maybe one of the things is that we need to teach ourselves to love ourselves as purely as we love our pets. And also to breathe. Breathing is very important. And breath is more than staying alive. It helps us to regain balance. Breathe in air and allow our wisdom heart to be a recycle center. That breathe in fresh air and anything that is painful, breathe it out. Breathe out anything that is trespassing on your humanity. Breathe in goodwill, breathe in love, breathe in hope, and breathe out anything that needs to be recycled. Breathe in divinity, breathe in your goodwill. Let the wisdom heart be that recycle center. Let the breath get in touch with the ability to connect or to reconnect and to use those connecting habits. Breathe in from source through me to my quality world, to the world, to the universe. Sacred contracts, working in me, through me, as me. And as I was preparing for today's Greet the Week talk, my wisdom heart told me to make a new agreement with myself. So I was a little reluctant, that I am choosing to boldly speak it into existence. And what is that, you say? Well, thanks for asking. Within days of the original airing of each Greet the Week, I'm going to put it into script form and post it on my blog, which is monaduncan.blogspot.com, also on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And I receive an email 5 days a week from Mike Dooley. Mike Dooley. And I've been doing that since 2013. And as I had made the commitment that I was going to share with you that every Greet the Week is going to be put into a script form, if you ever choose to go there and look at it. That I received an email from Mike Dooley, and it says, the evolution of a dream. Dream is implanted into brain. Dreamer becomes thrilled. Dreamer becomes terrified. If no action is taken, terrifying thoughts grow into three-eyed monsters, and dream is considered unrealistic. If action is taken, terrifying thoughts are revealed to be illusions of paper tigers. Confidence soars, miracles unfold, and dreamer begins to saunter. Either way, nothing remains the same. So thank you for being here, and put your dreams into action and allow them to bloom and grow.